huge lobster!
I'm videoing.
I don't know if you just saw what I had to do there, but that was mental.
He had to go all the way in there to retrieve the lobster. Oh my god!
The line ripped. Look. The line completely ripped. That was the problem. We're lucky that it washed up, honestly. Okay. I can't believe it. This is my first ever lobster. All I had was a Timu lobster pot and a dream, baby. What's up, guys? Welcome to a bit of a catch and cook, more of just a cook, showing you what you can do with these lobsters once you catch them. Caught this guy this morning. So we're currently just boiling him in 8 cups of water, which was 4 tablespoons of Himalayan salt to keep the water nice and salty, just like the ocean, as well as 1 chopped onion and 2 cloves of garlic in the water to make a nice lobster stock. So once that time is done, we're going to take him out, put him in the tap, cool him down in the cold water, take the meat out, put it on the chopping board, ready to go into our pasta because we're making a nice creamy pasta. I've chopped 2 onions and half a bulb of garlic. We're going to fry that off in the oil in a second. Once the lobster comes out, ready for our sauce, then we'll deglaze it with some white wine, mix in some cream, and then slowly trickle in our lobster stock that we're making here. I've just turned the heat off on the lobster. That's about done. It's a perfect orangey red color there. So I've got a fine sieve here to catch the big particles. Just as much broth as we'll need will be filtered into the bottom. And that is our lobster stock. Just to stop it from cooking and wash any bits off, I like running it under cold water. A lot of people put it in an ice bath, but I mean, that's just a bit overkill. I've just chopped a load of onions and garlic. I'm not going to use all of these. I kind of went overboard. We'll put them in the pan now. I'd say that'll be enough, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
And then I like my creamy pastas very garlicky. So I will mix in all of that garlic. Stir that round. Just a touch of olive oil in the bottom. And we're just going to simmer these off until they go nice and soft. While they're in the pan, I'm now going to take the meat out of the lobster. Okay, so I'm going to show you how to get the meat out of your lobster. So first of all, you're going to want to twist the tail and then just pull. There you have it. That's the lobster tail. Then what I do is I just break this bottom bit off. There's a real way. I guess there probably is a real way to do it, but I just snap it that way. Then we've separated it from the body and taken the tail off. Then what I do is I get a knife, place it under here, and just crack the back here. Once that's cracked, you can, oh shit, kind of just peel the shell off around it, and you'll see the meat in the middle here, which with a bit of faff, you can just pull out. And there we have it. There's our lobster tail, removed from its shell. Next, we have the claws. You can just pull them off like that. I break them away from here just for ease of access. And then I pull these claws out. Nice. Okay, I've just used a bit of knife to get in there, which is not ideal. You'd want maybe a hammer. And there is our claw meat. It's feeling very firm, actually. That's nice. Perfect. So just use a cheese grater, guys. Perfect. That feels way nicer.
Really?
Yeah. So there's our 2 claws and our tail meat. Perfect. Now what we're going to do, my favorite part of the lobster, is just take the meat out of the legs. See that? Some really high quality meat you can get out of the legs if you just give it a minute or two. And then we have it. We have claws, some leg meat, and our lovely tail here. Perfect. I'm going to chop this up, and that's just going to be the meat in our pasta sauce. Our onions we've browned nicely. Maybe we've browned them a bit too much. So what I'm going to do is just use any old white wine. You probably should use a nicer one, but just a touch of that, maybe a bit more. To deglaze the pan, I think it's called. Smells absolutely lovely. Now, once those flavors have all mingled together, I'm going to add our Irish double cream. Just add a fair bit of that. There we go. This is meant to be quite a light sauce, but it's going dark because we put the onions in too much. So just soften the onions when you do it, but it depends what you like. If you like a very strong oniony flavor, then this will work for you. Once that's thinned out a little bit, we'll slowly start spooning our lobster stock into the sauce and then wait for it to evaporate off after a while. There we go. Just a touch of lobster stock. We'll let this thin for a while, and then we'll just keep adding bits and bits, more and more in small increments. It's smelling like lobstery. So we've just added our pasta in. The sauce is still simmering away, reducing. It's still quite liquidy, so if I were making this dish without seafood, I'd probably add Parmesan cheese and sprinkle it on top, but I think that's a bit of a culinary no-no. Despite how much I would rather do that. Our pasta is finished. We'll take that off the heat. Okay, I forgot. We're going to add just a touch of pasta water. Just a little bit. Hopefully that thickens it, so I'll put a bit more in.
Well, because of the starch, it thickens it.
Cool. I think so. Don't quote me. Now, just before our pasta goes in, I'm going to season a few minutes before. A bit of parsley and a bit of oregano. And obviously, a fair bit of salt. And we don't have any pepper. Just going to turn the heat off, stop it bubbling, let the sauce settle down a little bit. I've chopped some fresh parsley here. I'm going to sprinkle that, just a touch of it, on after. And now I'm just going to add my pasta in. Looks all right. I don't really know what it looks like. Never seen anything like it. To be fair, I've just made this recipe up off the top of my head. I don't know why I'm doing a catch and cook. Like I know what I'm doing. And that should be it for our sauce. Now all I'm going to do is add in our meat from earlier. And there is our lovely lobster meat. Now that's all stirred in, just a sprinkle of fresh parsley. Just going to fold that in every now and again. I'm just going to give it a little try. That is absolutely lovely. Nothing I can say about that. It is gorgeous. You can really taste the lobster shining through.
Oh my god, it looks insane.
Why is that actually so good? I want to give it a blow.
Holy shit.
It's really good, right?
Oh my god. That's restaurant quality.
I think that's really good. Damn.
Mm.
I made this recipe off the top of my head based on a chicken Alfredo recipe we found on TikTok last week. And I think it's really bloody good, actually. So, yeah.
Oh my god. Have you put the lobster in already as well?
Yeah, look, there's bits of lobster meat. There. Have some of the lobster meat with it. What would you call this dish? Lobster Alfredo. It's really good. If you have a lobster, you boil it up. Don't throw the stock away. That's what we've learned here. Hell yeah. This recipe, I don't think it was too hard to follow. I kind of just botched it and eyeballed it the entire time. So if you want to follow it at home, definitely go ahead. Thank you guys for watching. Sure, a bit of a random video, but then again, I've only got 20 subscribers, so I don't think you guys mind too much. I'll see you in the next one. Bye, guys.